Hello everyone, Alicia here with another Lightened Up, Weight Watcher friendly recipe. And today's recipe is going to be my version of Cowboy Caviar Lightened Up. Now I love this one. It comes together really quickly, very simple, and it's nice and light. It's a great one to make during the summer. It makes a great appetizer. You can eat it with chips, you can eat it alone, however you want it, but I love it. So I thought I would show you guys how I make my lightened up version of it. So first off, I'll run through ingredients real quick. I've got a can of pinto beans. You're gonna rinse and drain that. And then a can of corn, which you're gonna drain. You could also use fresh corn if you want. That works really well in this. Next up, I've got a can of black beans. You're gonna rinse and drain that as well. And then in here, I've got 2 bell peppers that I've chopped up. Now I do this a couple of different ways. Sometimes if I have tomatoes on hand, which I currently do not, I'll do 1 red pepper and then about a cup of fresh tomatoes cut up. Like I said, I don't have any on hand. I am growing my own tomatoes right now and I ended up using them all for something else. So this time I'm using 2 bell peppers. You could use 2 different colors of bell peppers. That works really well in this too. But I will have, or I should say the recipe builder link is going to show 1 bell pepper and a cup of tomatoes, because that is typically how I make this. But again, make it your own. If you don't like tomatoes, you don't have to use them at all. If you do, you can sub them out or sub the pepper out, one of the peppers out for tomatoes. Here I've got a medium red onion that I've just chopped up. And then here is about a half bunch cilantro, or about a half cup chopped. In here I've got 1 medium jalapeno that I seeded and chopped up. And then you're gonna be using the juice of 1 lime. So back here I've got some olive oil. You're gonna be using 4 tablespoons of that. And then in here I've got apple cider vinegar. You're gonna need 2 tablespoons of that. You're gonna need pepper and salt to taste. I'll have rough measurements in the recipe builder. And then you're gonna be needing a teaspoon ground cumin, a teaspoon chili powder, and then a half teaspoon garlic powder or granulated garlic, whichever works. And then lastly, here I've got a tablespoon of monk fruit sweetener. And that is everything that's in this. First thing, in a large bowl here, I'm gonna get the dressing for this made up. So that's gonna start with 4 tablespoons or a 1/4 cup olive oil, 2 tablespoons apple cider vinegar, the juice of 1 medium lime, half teaspoon garlic powder, teaspoon ground cumin, teaspoon chili powder, and then about a half teaspoon salt. Again, this is kind of to taste, but that's roughly about what I put in it. And then I'll add a little bit more to individual servings later if needed. And then about a 1/4 teaspoon black pepper. And then finally my sweetener. And now I'm gonna just whisk all of that together really well. And now we're gonna just dump in all the remaining ingredients, starting with our bell pepper and onion, cilantro, jalapeno. And if you don't like spicy, you can definitely omit that. You can omit the cilantro too, or use parsley instead. I've seen people do that. Next up, the canned corn that's been drained, and then my 2 beans that have been rinsed and drained. And now you're simply going to just stir all of that together really well. And that is all there is to this. This is done. Now you can eat this right away. I do think it tastes better though when you let it sit in the fridge for a couple hours so all those flavors can kind of marry together. But as I said, you can eat it right away too. So I'll go ahead and get out a serving and tell you what the points are for that. Here I've got a serving of that, which is roughly 3/4 cup, and that is only 2 points. So really low point wise, And again, this stuff is just really good. It's nice and light, bright taste, bright colors. I just really love this stuff. Now, we typically eat it with chips, but you could just eat this plain too. I have done that as well to keep it super low point. But yeah, really, really good stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you on the next one.